Hello, everyone. My name is Shiva PSOBB. Oh, that's not right. Hang on. My name is Shiki Chunk, and you're watching Shiva PSOBB for some Echo the Dolphin Turn to the Future. Woo!
Yay!
On the couch, we have Broby.
Hello.
We have
Just woke up.
Aludra. Oh,
Hi.
good morning, Broby. We have Kamikaze.
Hi.
And then we have some other guy. So this is Echo Dolphin Turn of the Future. So you might be more familiar with the 2D one that came out on Genesis. There was 3 of them. You might even, if you're a bit of a cuckoo crazy customer, you might also recognize the ones from the Master System in the 8-bit style. But this guy right here, this is the big one in my heart. This is the reboot. This is kind of a different timeline, a sort of a reimagining kind of thing. And we're gonna have some out of bounds, some air swims, some wacky cutscene stuff. It's gonna be a hoot. Yeah. Shiva. I don't know. You can. Well, I don't know. We didn't really rehearse this. Okay, we're going. Okay, yeah.
There you go.
Go.
Okay.
Good luck, Shiva.
Good luck, Shiva.
Good luck, Good Shiva. luck.
So Shiva is pretty new to the game. Their current PV is like an hour and a half RTA. I think an hour 26 with loads removed. Yes. Okay. We'll talk a bit about load removal in a minute. But right now we are here. This is the first level. This is Baby's first swim. This is Aquamarine Bay. And we're going to chit-chat to some whales, and they're going to be telling us about how the weather is, and if the local whale team won the last game of soccer. And then we have a very exciting thing happening next. Does anyone want to tell me what the exciting thing is?
The apocalypse happens.
Well, yeah, but before that happens, the exciting thing.
Yeah, doesn't this happen alongside the dinosaur movie?
What? That's not in my notes. Flicks pages. Well, I was going to say the exciting thing now is a 4-minute wait.
So yeah, you practice your warm up now.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
It's auto scrolling without the auto scroller.
Yeah, auto swimmer. Kind of annoyingly in the Dreamcast. So this, I should say, this is on Dreamcast. This is on PS2, and annoyingly on Dreamcast, for some reason, once you talk to the whales, you have to wait 4 minutes for the first cutscene to play to like get the game going. Whereas on PS2, it only takes like 10 seconds or something. So what you're seeing now is, well, all we saw earlier was Shiva collected a little crystal thing. Got a little text box that came up. That was a Vitalit. And the Vitalits are like the collectibles in this game. If anyone wants to talk about them.
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, see, I don't know, because I was like pretty tired. I think I need people to commentate now that it's going. Now
Now
it's
you're
going,
going good.
Yeah, my heart rate's like woo. All right. The violets are like the collectibles. There's like 5 of them per level, except for like some boss fights. And every time you get one, it incrementally increases your health bar. So I think there are 4 out of 5.
Piece.
Yeah, little heart piece. There's like 4 of them. There's 5 in each level, but there's only 4 of them that we really get on this one. Shiva's doing the swag strat of like actually getting them, because in the run, as a lag reduction strat, we just like put Ecco right in the surface of the water and have there's different camera modes in this game, and one of them is a bird's eye view, and we just put Ecco on the surface and put it into bird's eye view so that the game like loads as like least as possible to like do some lag reduction. And I don't know how much time it saves, but it's a couple seconds. Do you know, Broby?
I'm not too sure, but we're on PS2 or emulator, right?
Are
So,
we?
probably not
Oh,
probably wouldn't be much.
I know we
Anyways.
are on emulator. Oh, you're not supposed to admit that on the channel, dude. This is real hardware, baby.
Forget what I said.
I was gonna say this looks just like console RGB to me, so they just have really good, high quality video settings.
Yeah, Shiva's got the OSSC. They've got the Retro Tink 6. Like, shut up, Broby. Well, I don't know.
Also, a reason why we're probably not seeing like a PlayStation 2 version. Obviously, it's the Dreamcast anniversary, but also the PlayStation's version has like so many skips that are just patched. So many. And so just the little 4-minute wait here saves you so much time compared to just playing the PlayStation 2 version.
Yeah, that's a
Can you
good
even
show.
take Caverns of Hope with that one?
But yeah, honestly, speaking of, like, when I was playing this on PS2 with RGB, HD Retrovision, it looked pretty much like this. So you could have, like, fooled me one way or another.
Yeah, I spend the big bucks getting an OSSC, and some people come into my stream asking, "Oh, is this emulator?" And I'm like, huh, "No."
We got our cutscene.
We got our cutscene. So what happened was the Earth had a like protective shield thing coming out from this guy, this big rock-looking thing that we'll learn a bit more later. And the aliens, they have like kamikaze attacked into it. Probably missed that detail. I should have probably explained that. But yeah, Echo the dolphin games. What happens is you're a dolphin, aliens show up, and then you have to talk to God so you can time travel to defeat the aliens.
Yeah, that's like every single game too.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
So in the 2D Echo games, God is this big DNA strand, and in this, he's a big old crystal rock called the Guardian. So the little baby whale, he's during the attack, during the big old earthquake that happened as a result, he got stuck in a rock, and he's not a fish, so he's gonna drown. Unless we can call upon our dolphin bros to swim over there and push the rocks out the way to free him back to Mama Whale.
I don't know, I didn't see him surface for that whole 4 minutes. He'll be
so
fine.
now he's really out of breath. Oh my god.
Should have made us wait 4 minutes then. No, this game is actually really beautiful and it still holds up today.
Yeah.
I think was it you, Akami, or asking earlier off stream, but about like where you think the money went for this game, and I was like thinking like probably the lighting engine.
Yeah, honestly, like,
Yeah.
I have no nostalgia for this game. I only played like the Genesis Ecco games as a kid, but like, yeah, this was visually stunning to me when I played it last year for the first time.
Okay, so we've spoken to Mama Whale, and now there's a little funny that we can do. Is Shiva going for it, Broby? Do you know?
No.
Okay. It's like there's new tech where. Okay, I should probably explain. One thing at a time. So there's new tech where if you put Echo in a certain place, so what happens is the whale blocks off the waterfall, and then Echo swims underneath the whale to exit the level, and he's not pushed back with the current. But if you put Echo near the wall, then for some reason, when he swims over this way, if you put him near the wall, then he swims through the wall into the out of bounds to get to here, which saves a couple seconds, which is kind of cool. But this is new tech. Like I'm a dinosaur when it comes to this game. Don't know all the new tricks. But we got a big trick in this level coming out. This is Perils of the Coral Reef. The game is split into 4 chapters. You've got like the sort of normal timeline. You got the like evil humans timeline. You got the evil dolphin timeline, and then the evil alien timeline. All right, there's 4 timelines. And in this timeline, it's kind of like the tutorial one, So you're supposed to be like going around rescuing people, but what she was about to do is about to swim forward to this area. This will unload a little tiny chunk of the floor, and then they'll be able to swim out of it if they go to the right a bit after that place. Right there. Nice.
Yeah.
So usually we would go into Perils of the Coral Reef. That's level 1 right now. Then we go to Trials. Then we go back to Perils. Then we go into this like wacky manta ray level that I've forgotten the way. 4 Ways of Mystery. And then we go back to. And there's a lot of backtracking in this first chapter / time zone. And the reason we do that is because we need to like build Echo's powers up. And right now we're skipping doing all of that so we can go straight to this thing, which is a master. So we now know how to use the power of sonar. There are 2 masters we want to pick up. There's Master of Sonar and Master of Vigor, which is like swim speed. But we now have the speed run set up in such a way that we don't even need the Master of Vigor master power. Yeah. We don't need that power, which is pretty sick. And the reason we don't need that power is because in this stage, you need both of them to unlock the exit. You need to swim against a fast current with Vigor. Then you need to pick up the sonar to blast open a rock in a crocodile mouth. But here, we've actually got an out of bounds where we're going to hug against the sand. We're going to turn our camera, using the camera chose, to look to our right. And, ooh, almost.
Very close. Very close.
If you saw there, the ground in front of Ecco there was deloaded, and you can like quickly pop out.
This is completely new to me. How much does this save?
I think about 50 seconds.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But then even more because it means that you don't have to pick up the Vigor. So actually even more than 50. Oh, dun dun dun. Okay, good. I thought for a second. Yeah. This one's a little bit tricky, and if you goof it, sometimes you can get stuck as the level like reloads or the floor reloads like halfway inside Ecco, and you just get stuck. So come on, Shiva, you can do it. We're hugging this like where the shadow meets the light. Nice, and they are out. Brilliant. First try. Super duper good.
This is where I'd be clapping right now if my mic wasn't quite so bad.
They're you can sonar in this game, and they're holding down sonar to display this little sonar map. That's that white map you're seeing there to see the outline of the level, and then find the exit. There are other ways to go out of bounds, but for some reason that's the only one that like deloads the like corridor around the exit. And now we get to Broby's favorite part of the game. Broby, you want to talk about this?
Right here, there's like a lot of... It's like a golf segment right here. And it's very hard to put that into this hole, but Shiva got it first try, which is actually kind of amazing. And from here, you have to grab the power-up of sonar and shoot this rock, get us up the gust. And from here, we get like a power-up to give us more health, the endurance, which I forgot what was the name. And from here, we just have to like dash forward, dodge everything. It's working out pretty well. It just kind of does its own thing. You get like stuck on a lot of things, random time loss, but it usually doesn't go too bad.
Yeah.
Just make sure you have the power of endurance. That's all I will say.
True. If you miss it just barely, you gotta reset or die.
Yeah, this level sucks for the all Violet's round. There's like 3 of them in that tube, 4 of them. Oh, funny.
Not true.
So now we go for some silly tech. Because we skipped a bunch of stuff, like basically the whole tutorial thing is what's going to happen is like you help stuff, and then you help people, not just people, you help other dolphins, and they teach you some powers. And one of them is like the Song of Turtle, where you can direct this turtle. Another one's like the Song of Ray, where you can direct the rays. But even in the glitchless run, it is faster well, if you can get it optimally, she was having a little bit of trouble with it right now. But you could just like charge this turtle. So you want this turtle to land on the manta ray, so the manta ray moves, so we can unlock a new power. Oh, nice. That is the power of stealth.
Yay.
So Echo's gonna grab the power, gonna go in Viz, and there's a mirror that blocks you from going forward, but if you're invisible, you go through mirrors, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. Don't know about the physics on that one. This is Roaring Forces.
Is it really a mirror?
Yeah, because when you don't have the stealth, you go up to it and there's like another Echo that's blocking it.
Okay.
And then and if you get the stealth, you just can go through.
Because I know in like the 2D games, it was always just another dolphin. I was like, huh, okay. I never made it to the end of a lot of these levels. It's too hard for me.
So this is Roaring Forces. This is like I think about a 50-second or a minute long auto-scroller. But this one's pretty tricky. If you listen, you can hear like this big like electric eel charging up its like charge or its electric shock and then firing it. And it's kind of like an audio cue for when you have to like dodge out the way. But yeah, it can definitely be a little bit tricky. But Shiva is making light work of it, which is good to see. We do have an out of bounds on this level, but it's insane. I don't know. Roby, do you want to talk about it?
Before you even load into the level, that's where you can go out of bounds. You have to do very specific inputs to get Echo out of bounds, because as soon as you load in, the game just shoots you out of a tube, like a cave, and you can use that to like barely get Echo out of bounds. But then if you don't have the right inputs, it can just send you deep into the void because of the speed that it just sends you out. So if you just use the right inputs, you can just spawn at the start, out of bounds, and just make your way to the end, not to deal with anything really. It's nice. Huge time save, but pretty random to get.
Very nice, by the way. Finish that last level, Shiva, where in the Ecco games, you have like metamorphosis where you can change into different animals, and there Shiva lined up the angle to charge right into the fish. You want to charge into that fish because when you are the fish, you have very slow swim speed compared to Echo, so you want to like turn into the fish and eat right at the exit. This level has changed since I last ran the game. Basically what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to get 4 little crystals, and they power up this stuff inside this like main building that powers up these 4 like speed boost rings. But thanks to a legendary Dreamcast runner, 7th Armstrong, we now can only use 1 ring to build up enough speed. And it's very cool because it saves
3.5 minutes.
Yeah, I knew it was 3 minutes something, but yeah, 3.5 minutes on this stage. Which, yes, please, I'll take that for free.
Yeah,
For free.
I struggled to follow the optimal route for this level, so I kind of like the sound of that.
Yeah, and also I think, well, I was asking Broby about this, and making the jump with the 4 rings, like the intended way, is kind of booty cheeks. So even though this one might look more insane, it's probably like around the same level of difficulty.
Yeah, doing this casually is ugh.
Yeah, they later fixed this on the PS2 version by making the jump like automatic, but yeah. So here we go, Shiva. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Too much speed!
Oh my gosh. Whoosh.
So I think the setup, you want like 4 rings, or like go through the same ring 4 times, which is like the best speed, but sometimes you might have to go for 5. Scary.
Oh.
It's very hard to control it every time you pick up the speed, so You gotta have the perfect line.
I feel
And
like I'm
another
on a roller coaster.
Another thing too, you technically can get out of bounds in this level and swim above it, but there's an invisible wall above the giant crystal that you need to get to complete the game or complete the level. And it's so annoying.
Yeah,
Like, how
it's
do they
not,
even think about that?
it's not even an invisible wall. It's like an invisible dome.
Yeah, I know it's an invisible dome.
I don't get it. Like, you can so you can swim out and then you can fall on top, but then it's just like a invisible circle around. It's weird.
They did technically make it easier to get on the PlayStation version, but there's no like speedrun easy way to get it. Oh, it's good. Oh!
Almost.
Robbery. What the hell?
Did we ever test this? If this works on PS2, the One Ring,
Yeah.
and does it work?
It does not.
Okay. 'Cause it's,
I'm
like,
throwing
automatic.
my copy in the trash. Won't let me skip Caverns of Hope. Won't let me skip this. Come on.
I mean, like we
You got
say,
this, Shiva.
this saves 3.5 minutes, so we're in no rush when it comes to the One Ring. This looks good.
What?
What?
Oh my god, that looks
The
very good.
hitbox on that is like kind of forgiving, so I'm surprised that you
Yeah.
can grab it.
I don't remember what the sport is called, but this is kind of like that one sport where you like twirl around in a circle with the giant bowling ball and then just like lob it across the field. And you're just like super disoriented.
Shot something.
I don't remember what it is. I didn't get it, but that was stylish.
So, if I'm not mistaken, for Chapter 1 IL, Dreamcast is now optimal with the 2 new skips that I've noticed that have been found.
Oh, true. Like, if we don't do the 4-minute, even if we have the 4-minute wait, do we save it back?
Yeah, because if you save 3.5 minutes here, you save 50 seconds from the hog and a wall strat at the 3rd level.
50. Roby?
They're pretty close. I'm unsure if you can do the.
Oh, this looks good. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Good job.
I don't know if you can use the going forces out of bounds on PS2. I've never tested.
I couldn't do the Caverns of Hope out of bounds. And the one where the giant fish eat you. Forgot the name.
Anguish?
Anguish Dearth, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no like little path for you to swim under there in the PlayStation version. In the level where you're marking Ecco, you can't just like swim into the little tube that just has no collision. So yeah, there's a whole lot of time save in the Dreamcast compared to the PlayStation. At least from what I understand.
Yeah, so potentially, if you want to test the waters and you just want to try out Chapter 1, see if you enjoy the run, and then Dreamcast is probably your go-to now, so that's ideal.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you're playing this game casually, I would have to say PlayStation is the better one, unfortunately, because it's more, like, newbie-friendly, but this is definitely where you would go to do, like, all the speedrun strats. Like this one.
Yeah, well, I want to explain this one. So, I was gonna say, Shiva, I don't know if you know, but for this guy, we actually prefer to kind of like aim it into the wall with the charge. Because if you start like aim it into the charge into the wall, it kind of like helps push you out a bit. Not too much, but it might help. Yeah. So what she was trying to do here is, in this level, we are now in the man's like nightmare, which is where all the humans are evil. The premise of this game is that humans and dolphins form this 500-year alliance, some bollocks, and in this timeline, the humans betray the dolphins, and so the dolphins are gullible and they're weak, for lore reasons I can explain later. And usually you have to like impress the dolphins that like you are like the bee's knees, you are like the Ecco the dolphin, and we have to get a harness. Nice, when we make it out. So the harness is inside a temple, and you have to do a bunch of chores to like get the dolphins to like open the temple for us, and that harness allows us to do stuff in later levels. But what we can do is we can pop out of bounds where that glass wall meets the rock, and then swim underneath the level and swim under the inside out of like the temple's interior. And then if we rub at the very top of that, then we can actually like still pick up the harness, which is kind of sick.
And the harness lets you control machinery, because dolphins are slaves now.
Yeah. So yeah, while we're doing that, you'll see that also Shiva is spamming sonar. That is to lower the oxygen meter as much as possible, because once we pick up the harness, there's no way to get back inbounds, so we just die, so that Ecco can respawn back inbounds with the harness. But yeah, the story to this game is that aliens hate the fact that dolphins are soap operas, and the aliens go back in time and they steal these personality traits from the dolphins, like their intelligence, their wisdom, their passion, their humility, and stuff like this. And right now, in this timeline where man takes over, the dolphins have none of this. So they're not strong, they're not they're weak, they're gullible, they're not good. And we're gonna try and go through this timeline and try and find some of those personality traits to like repair the timeline. It's a little bit silly. There we go.
I also want to mention that I don't know if Shiva knows, but if you sonar into the armor, you can soft lock the game.
Oh no!
I don't know if that happens, but that would scare me for a second. So I'm glad that didn't happen.
Oh, it's news to me. Oh my god. Okay.
How do those buttons work again?
You don't have to do the middle one, I think. I think it's just the bottom and the top. But Shiva's showing off.
Oh yeah.
In all three.
Gets the job done.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing with this game is like for the speedrun, it's not very like accessible right now because you don't have a guide. So the only way you learn about stuff is if you like message the very few people that are interested in this game. Capital. So what's this level? Anyone want to talk about it?
Not really.
All right, Akami.
Definitely not me.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay. So this is just a puzzle.
I was gonna try to explain it from what little I remember. I don't speedrun this.
I
Okay.
mean, it's just a puzzle. But yeah, go on.
So it's like one of those little sliding puzzles where you have to control this little machine right here, turn it over, grab the container, push or pull it, and you have to get like one specific container that's filled with a bunch of rocks to go through the end of the level. And that's the whole level. Just the sliding puzzle. And you think there's more to it, but no, it's just like this little tiny area. And you get a little buddy that just follows you around, little pilot.
I was gonna say, Aludra, you're kind of pivotal to the speedrun for this level.
I'm not pivotal for this.
Oh, you are, because
I have a guide in my bookshelf, and it's like, hey, there's some air over here, Tricky. Maybe you should find it. Oh, yeah. There's like a little air pocket at the top that you can get extra air in, and it helps like just sitting here moving this little machine back and forth. Anywho, sorry.
No. I was just gonna add that before we found that, like this level, your oxygen management has to be like pretty precise. Like every time you sonar, it's a waste of oxygen. So like if you do a bunch of sonars, kind of like sort of being like wasteful, then you could actually like run out of oxygen and like lose some time there. But yeah, I was watching Shiva's PB, and when we watched this, it was together. It was pretty funny.
I've never seen this. It's silly.
Why do the work? You know, let the machine pull you in.
That's amazing. A process that never ends.
So I think this might ironically be one of my favorite stages for the speedrun, at least, because this level's speedrun has like evolved so much over like the course of like people running this game. We started off by like having a text bubble ready during a cutscene, and then that deloaded some walls, and then we did some stuff like this, but now it's evolved a little bit into some weird glitched death screen that you're about to see. So Shiva's gonna speak to one dolphin, who's gonna be like, yeah, sure, I'll turn on the thing. And then they're gonna go back to this other dolphin. And then they're gonna have a text bubble. They're gonna tap it away, and during the cutscene, you're not supposed to have control of Ecco, but Shiva does. They're gonna die during the cutscene. They're gonna get this weird, like, blue screen of death screen, and then the level is deloaded, and they can do 2 charges to the right, and they're out.
That was literally perfect. That was amazing.
Good job.
Wow.
Oh, I haven't seen that before.
It's a huge time save. That's amazing.
I think it saves like a minute compared to the old way of doing it, and it saves like a bunch of time. I'm trying to do this level.
This level's so long casually. Like, I only know these levels casually. I barely know the speedrun. So I'm just like the casual watcher here. But speaking of something earlier, and Cheeky's like, oh no, there's no guide for this game yet or anything. Cheeky is absolutely willing to gush about this game forever, so long as somebody is willing to learn it. Like, he will be your guide through the whole thing. You don't need a guide.
Thanks, Ludra. Yeah, I was just being a little facetious earlier, but yeah. The point is, we're very, like, even though we don't have a guide, we're all, like, very, like, eager to help.
You are
Coming up,
passionate
though,
about this game.
is one of the hardest glitches in the game, and Shiva got it first try.
Oh, nailed it.
So I'm being even more sarcastic. In this game, in this level, that hole in the ground is just there. It's just like, you don't have to do anything for it. It's just there.
I'll bet you won't find it in the PlayStation 2 version. Like,
No,
no, we just slap some duct tape over that.
I feel
Well,
like
it's in there.
Yeah, I feel
it's
like
actually in there.
yeah, I
Oh,
was
it
doing it.
is. Oh,
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
all right. I gotta go dig it out of the trash.
Yeah. My throat is a little bit dying, so does anyone want to talk about how awful this level is?
I don't recognize it, so I think it's awful.
Okay. This level is actually really cool. Even casually, pretty cool.
Oh wait, this is the one that the water levels changed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I recognize it now. My bad. Go on.
You want to talk about it?
No.
Okay. Oh shoot. Oh, gotta dodge all these.
Oh
Didn't even look like he got exploded. Damn. But we're right back to where we were. That's good. Good checkpoint. Yeah, just gotta dodge all these. Smooth. But yeah, as Aludra was saying, there's a lot of water levels that we need to like manage. So this level can be really confusing with like the same looking layout of the level, constantly going, and just it's like a maze. You have to find the right buttons to press. But since we know the route, we know what we're doing. Hopefully, it's easy to get lost here, so I would not blame if anything went
Yes.
wrong.
So this, to compare it to like another game, it is a lot like Zelda Ocarina of Time's water dungeon, where you have to change the water levels to get to the next areas and lower the water level, and it's a mess. It's a huge mess because everything does look similar. But
That's actually a good comparison, I would say.
yeah.
Yeah, we go.
Are there any skips in this level?
There's a way to go out of bounds, but it's very inconsistent. You need a shark to push you out of bounds, and it just barely works. And it can only save a minute, but usually it does not go that way. So it's still in the works, basically.
Let's see.
Are you stuck? There you go. Yeah, the level geometry is not forgiving in this game either.
Yeah.
What are those things that latch onto you? I never thought about it.
Oh, it's just Half-Life face huggers.
Oh, okay. So,
I honestly
So-
don't know.
When you're doing this level, it can be a little bit scary, but once you get into that chamber, you get that power of endurance, and for me at least, it's like a big sigh of relief. Like, once I have that, I know I'm not gonna die, because, yeah, the power of endurance just, like, maxes out your health bar.
Yeah, and those little buttons that Shiva is sonaring on the wall, that's what's changing the water levels. And since they have a set path to go, yeah, this looks easy and fine, but whenever you're being chased by sharks and face huggers and piranhas and all this other stuff all at once, and then you die and then you respawn, it's confusing. It is the water dungeon.
Yeah, we have bias in the VC because, like, we know this game to death, and, like, we know, well, at least somewhat know what we're supposed to do.
I don't know
But,
what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, I don't have a clue.
Wow.
Yeah, me watching this, I feel like my first time doing the Great Bay Temple in Majora's Mask.
For people doing this for the first time blind, there's, like, usually a lot of complaints casually. So I was trying to get at. I know Grimshin in particular, a fan favorite on this channel. Not a big fan of perpetual fluidity.
Oh. So another, again, difference between PlayStation, because I mainly played the PlayStation one. Another difference is the sonar map in this level. So whenever you sonar in the Dreamcast version, you have a 2D map. And it's not very helpful in this level because you have a very vertical map here. And they kind of changed that in the PlayStation version, so you can actually see more of the vertical map and understand where you are. However, it's the PlayStation version. It's not going to help you in a speedrun. It'll help you in the casual. It's not going to help you in a speedrun.
Yeah. The Dreamcast map is a godsend.
Mhm.
Especially for, like, when we're doing, like, really deep in the out of bounds.
Oh, the
And,
fan got... Oh no, that was the end. Okay. I thought the fan got him. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, and the map actually stays loaded in the Dreamcast version. So you can swim with it over the map and figure out where to go.
So this is one of the shortest levels in the game, and we make it even shorter by this wackadoodle out of bounds, where we just kind of, like, put Ecco in a place he really doesn't want to be, and keep charging into this area until, oh, nice, first try's really good.
that was quick.
Good job.
Yeah. So usually you can see from the center map, there's like chamber, and there's basically, like, these big walls that we're supposed to, like, jump over, and then very fast currents that, if you're not careful, will, like, suck you in and then send you all the way back to the start. So yeah, it's like a short but difficult level. This one is a long but difficult level. This one sucks. This is Leaping Forces Doom. The first phase of this fight is knocking out these crystals from these, like, snake arm things, like grasp. If they get back to the center, or if they pull them into the edge, it will heal the center of this. So this is like some big doomsday device that the humans use against the aliens, or are going to use against the aliens or some crap. No, I think they've already used it. Yeah, they've already used it. Sorry. And what's happening is that we're pinging the crystals out of the snake's grip, and then it's going into the center and destroying the shielding glass around this this big bright, radioactive core. And what's going to happen is you're going to have these intense sort of blasts or channels of light, and the crystals also can do damage. This is a bit precarious. But yeah, you see these big channels of light, and they will actually set fire to these snakes. So right now, the snakes are very dangerous. But yeah, on the left-hand side, you see there that one of them is catching fire. So once all these snakes are ablaze, then we can stop worrying about them and just turn around to face against the current and push these crystals in. But unfortunately, oh my god, a nice respawn. Where
Wow.
That's lucky.
Ooh. So the snakes are gone, but we're back to full health, I think, on the boss.
It'll be a lot more chill now, though. And no tentacles.
So Shiva, you don't know about this yet, but if you actually sonar and then hold it down, you'll be able to activate a kind of tractor beam mode. I don't know if it...
I think you have to double tap and then
Double tap.
hold it on the second. Yeah.
Gonna be helpful and just say that there's some fish up in the windows. Y'all are mean.
Oh. Well, we don't... Legit, we're professionals. We don't get that.
Have y'all tried getting out of bounds in this level yet? There,
Yeah.
Oh, there you
nice,
go.
Nice, they got it. Yeah, nice. So that's just a sort of faster way. So yeah, you've got it exactly where you want to flick it into the center. So we can go out of bounds. The point of this level is that we're getting back the second personality trait. So we've already got intelligence. The next one we're getting is ambition, I think. And but the thing is, if we go out of bounds, that personality trait is again encased in some invisible dome thing. Even though we go out of bounds, we can't touch it, unfortunately. If you go out of bounds, you swim up to the very top of the level, and one of these sort of slits or pillar-looking girder things has a little crack in it.
Wait, is there actually a tractor beam thing?
Yeah.
I thought y'all were just being mean.
That's how they're grabbing it and then flicking it to the side.
Well, I learned something new.
Well, that's good.
That's what you're also supposed to do in the process that never ends casually. So
Oh, yeah, okay.
arrange the crystals or whatever, the rocks.
Yeah.
Let me get a
It's-
cutscene.
Special power from having the harness on.
Yes. Yeah. Now you can't use it ever.
Now we can. That's it. Fucked it. Or goofed it. Oops.
One time deal. One of
So
the hardest skips in gaming.
one of the hardest skips, one of the coolest skips, though. Because
So mad that I couldn't see this.
this saves 15 minutes. Because this is kind of another place where we'd go back and forth. So you're supposed to basically, this is now the dolphin time zone. I mixed up time zone and timeline there. Time zone, that's not right. Timeline. Timeline where the dolphins are now the evil guys. They have their intelligence and their ambition, but they have no compassion, no humility. So in this timeline, the dolphins exterminate or kill off or banish the humans. But then what does that spawn? It spawns freaking evil fascist dolphins who see themselves as better as they use science to make themselves stronger and stronger and crazier. So we're gonna be doing an out of bounds on this level. Usually with this level, you have to defeat these like green resistance dolphins. These are actually the good guys. And then you have to escort one of them for a very long, boring escort. And then you have to fight a giant crocodile boss. But if we just go out of bounds here quite early on, then we can just skip all of that. Going out of bounds saves, I think, like 6 to 6.5 minutes.
This is probably the longest level.
Yeah, this level is long. So it's like, yeah, usually 9 minutes doing it at glitchless, but if you do it with the out of bounds. Probably, you probably know how to explain this a bit better.
You want to get this dolphin stuck in a very specific spot, and that's what Shiva's doing right now. Oh,
Good job. Wow.
And yeah, this trick is also really precise, but as long as you have a setup for it, it should work out, and Shiva just did it perfect, so that's good to see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, things can go very bad there, but it went really well. Shiva was able to like back it up a good amount of times with the dolphin, just guiding them into that rock. But you're supposed to shimmy your way into that corner of the rock, and then just bump Ecco into the dolphin, and then bumping Ecco out of bounds from the dolphin. It barely looks like that's what happens, but hey, it works. Do you also want to talk about the old setup for this level, Cheeky?
I think Alicia should talk about it. She's the one that found it.
I didn't find it.
No,
You were just like,
You
hey,
so
I can.
found it.
You were like, hey, I can get out of bounds here, and like, I need a setup. And I'm over here playing on the PlayStation version. I'm like, I don't see what you're talking about. I've got like a child's toy over here. They've like child-proofed my entire cavern, and like. You're just like, oh, I just need a setup, and you got a setup, and then you got out of bounds, and you're like, yay, and I did nothing. I just cheered you on.
Well,
That-
that setup was very, very inconsistent and kind of a run killer for most
Yeah.
runs.
Yeah.
But thankfully, 7th Armstrong found like the best setup in the world now. So shouts to him again, the god.
Yeah. The old one was basically there's an area where there's current, and we put ourselves right against like the wall, and the current and us charging would pop us out. But yeah, it was a bit of a run killer because it was very consistent. Now we are off to the tattoo parlor. This level's cool because it used to have Aluja kind of alluded to it. Nice alliteration. Where there has the Dreamcast version, and there's the PS2 version, and the PS2 version came after, and some stuff got patched. But actually on Dreamcast, there's 3 different versions. There's European, American, and Japanese. And the European one actually was the first one to come out. The European one came out in like June, and then the American one came out in like sort of September. So the European one has like some glitches that are patched on the American one. So for a long time, the European one was the European Dreamcast version was like the best one for speedrunning. But now I think with the influx of American runners, they've found new ways to make that obsolete. That you need to be running on European. Now you can run on pretty much any version as long as it's on Dreamcast. So yeah, we're now in the lair. They're looking at us. They're like, "What kind of dolphin are you?" Because we don't look like any of these other dolphins. And we're going through and getting ourselves a little tattoo. There's 2 tattoos to get in this level. They sort of give you it's kind of like a bioscan, like I don't know, like sort of passkey thing to open doors. And we're
It's
only
an
gonna
ID card.
yeah. We're gonna only get the first one out of the 2, and then we're gonna do a very cheeky out of bounds.
Ha ha ha, name drop.
Well, so if I was talking about name drops, so the old way of doing this which was European only. There was like a little like tube, and we'd swim out of it. But actually, shout out to Cronin, who could not be here because he wants to run nights instead. Because he was the one that found the out of bound that we're gonna do, which is possible on all versions.
I've never checked if it works on the PS2 version. Maybe that could be cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to brush off my PlayStation, then check it. But if y'all need me to, I will.
Yeah, I did a casual playthrough, or just did all the skips on PS2, and then I got to Dearth and I gave up because I don't want to play that level.
Yeah. Was
You
2
should
levels.
do- Like, can't you just get swallowed by the fish and then you go to the next level?
Yes.
And that's
Yeah.
like, that's pretty fast compared to like freeing the dolphins and everything. Also, my brain is now coming up with new lore for this game. I think that those green dolphins actually have algae growing on them, and that's how they can breathe underwater.
Interesting.
So right there, you're not supposed to go through there, but lo and behold, there's a little gap. You can sneak your way in.
And Cronoon found that?
And Cronin found that.
Wow.
And the rest of us felt really dumb when he found it, because it was like quite a big old gap.
It was more obvious than the trick that was already found.
Yeah. This is Powers Levitation. I hate this level. It sucks. You gotta do a lot of things, and for the speed run, you gotta do a lot of things like right and quick. So what happens is there is like this beautiful, immaculate like water tubes up in the sky that these dolphins use for traveling around. And to get up there, we need to turn on this big old generator machine thing to get us up there in the first place. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk to this guy who's like, BRB, gotta do my work, and we're going to sneak after him. And we can't get too close, otherwise they'll be like, excuse me, what are you doing? So yeah, we just have to like patiently stay behind.
So if you're casually playing this game at your leisure for the first time, you're like trying to take everything in, enjoy it, you're probably reasonably expect an 8 to 10 hour playthrough. If you're trying to rush it, probably like 5, 6, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that.
We found the
Probably.
spy dolphins.
Yeah. So it turns out this guy is working in cahoots with one of the resistance dolphins. Oh my gosh. Better love story than Twilight. And now we have to go through and turn on a bunch of switches to activate the generator.
I will say this is actually a nice level for casual players. I like this level. I thought it was pretty interesting.
I don't know. I really don't like the soundtrack. It's like it's constantly like pushing you and you're on edge and it's like, oh, hurry up. And what else that sucks, not to like be such a contrarian loser, I'm so sorry, but the music like loops. The music loops very often. It's quite like a short track for this one. But I don't know. It's an opinion. Some people like this level, but for me, I hate its guts.
I think in the first chapter, I think it's called 4 Ways of Mystery. I think it also plays the same track, and I
there you
despise that
go.
level casually.
Yeah.
It's like it's PTSD when I got back. Like no.
It's the soundtrack of intense levels.
No, I just really like the idea behind like the story of it. Like, okay, well, you have these dolphins that are actually going against the main enemy and working with you, and like, yeah, Ecco will help you out, and they help you break in, and I thought that was kind of clever. It's not like, okay, well, these dolphins are your friends, or whatever. It's, oh, these dolphins have like murderous, rampaging spikes on their back. Oh, they're friends.
Yeah. What's that quote? The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good dolphins to do nothing.
Sure.
So we've turned on 3 turbines, and we're gonna hit 4 little wackadoodle looking switches. Then we get to have a little mini boss fight, which can either go pretty well, or if you're Cronin and you accidentally like charge the guy out of bounds, it can go pretty bad. So yeah, Shiva, don't knock the guy out of bounds.
Also, again, casually, there are a lot of boss and mini boss fights in this game. I think like almost one for every level. It feels like it anyway.
It's kind of a shame with that the two levels ago we had that big wacky out of bounds getting pushed out by the green dolphin, because that has a crocodile fight, and I actually really like that one casually. It's
Oh yeah.
pretty cool design. There's like 2 ways to defeat it.
Oh, where are we going? Oh, I see. Okay,
Fight the guy.
interesting.
Oh, you! I know you're a spy. Come fight me.
Yeah, all the buttons in this level you can sonar, but the button in this room you can only just tap with. You have to like rub up against it, and it has like, it's just weird to touch. So you can go into this level, hit it, and then you might accidentally just like retouch it and mess up everything. So if that doesn't happen, and
Yeah.
this fight just can go wrong. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
I was just gonna say Shiva had like the right idea earlier. Like they were sonaring, and sonaring this guy stuns him for like a brief moment, which is nice to like try and get the charge on. One good thing is that the PS2 version, even though it kind of sucks for the speedruns, it patches a bunch of glitches. Nice job. Is that it adds a bunch of quality of life things. So on PS2 with like I think the right stick, you can like get it so that it will like
The whales.
oh yes,
Oh,
the
no.
whales. Good shout. Is put your camera on the enemy. So there, like, it was quite hard to like line up Echo with the enemy, but on the PS2 version, if you to do this game casually, just play it on the PS2 version because you can press a button to like put the camera locked onto him, so it's easier to hit.
Are there any meaningful collectibles in the glitchless route, or that aren't in the glitchless route for this game? Like, is there any like side extra objective you can do for like 100% completion or this, like, the such?
It's just the violets, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's any like side quests. Like, there's nothing like what's the word? There's nothing. There's no optional things. I don't think.
Yeah, I think like even the shark song, even if you never get it, you still somehow get it, I think.
Hmm. Oh, that's a good point. Is that even though right at the start of the round, if you remember, we skipped getting the power of vigor. Once you load into chapter 2, the game's like, well, obviously you know the power of vigor, like you're here in chapter 2, so it gives it to you anyway. So we skip it in chapter 1, but then we get given it later because the game's like, well, obviously you have it, like, come on.
So
You
the
can't go
best
without it.
level.
This is the best level. This is like the gauntlet. It is a very beautiful, very fun level, but for a speedrun, it can really be like OMG. And this right here, these bubbles, this is my PTSD. I hate this part. If someone else wants to explain it, bloody go for it.
It's all you, man. You got this.
No, I don't know. What does that mean?
So
Are we explaining the speedrun strat or?
Well,
kind of.
just for this part.
Okay, I don't know the speedrun strat.
There's these bubbles that come from the water that rise up. They spawn in randomly, but you can just take one of them and it can just not work out for you. It'll pop randomly. So hopefully you choose the right one. There's no way of knowing which one's bad, but you just gotta pray for it. And you want to get up to that next tube, and it'll start flying towards it, but sometimes, yeah, it'll just pop before it even goes, or you're just gonna barely make it and it pops on you, and you gotta just fall back down, grab another one, and lose like a minute each time. But this one's looking pretty good so far, and it's bringing us towards it.
Oh, Shiva, go! Shiva, go!
Go! Oh wow!
Oh my god!
Really waited it out, and it still worked. That's good to
Nice.
see.
I wonder if they're gonna get the epic funny skip here. So if you like time your swimming just right, there's a bit of like current stuff going on that's pushing you backwards. But if you time it just right, you can skip quite a large portion of this.
You said it. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, Nice.
That's a really good setup. Nice.
Okay. Let's just give them the quiet to finish it off. Very nice. Okay, cool.
Very, very well played.
So that section there sucks because like there are these like bouncy bubbles, and the way you're supposed to do that normally is there's like a bunch of these like bouncy bubbles, and you have to like work your way up. And there's like a triple row of like bouncy bubbles, and they suck. They just suck. Like you could get like pseudo soft locks, like jumping between the two of them, or like if you land on one at a bad angle. So skipping them is very good. What we're doing here is that we're falling, the doorway, but we fall through the respawn sort of like zone checkpoint area of that. So the game's like, hey, you fell a really long way, you're so dead. That's just what the game thinks, even though we got to the water. Ooh, very nice. Oh my god.
Wow.
And that just, I think that saves about a minute 30. I'm not super precise with how much that saves, but it's a lot. And that's a very cool time save.
Very clean.
Now we get to the laggy part of this level. Oh my god. For some reason, even though the Dreamcast is very old, the developers were like, bro, particle effects are so in. So there's much particle effects when it comes to loading in these tubes, so it makes the Dreamcast like lag to high hell. I don't know if you remember, but there was like this like goofy looking like speaker thing to get for your iPod, and that's what these guys remind me of.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm trying to find it.
So for that first bubble section, I wonder if anyone's tried like a Centurion for that, to like really like soak in if there is any way to like recognize the RNG pans. It probably wouldn't help, but it'd be funny to know if someone's actually tried doing that.
And give them ideas.
I put a link in chat if you want to see what I'm talking about for what it reminds me of. Coming up, so this Hang of Waters has 3 boss fights. Oh, lucky Shiva.
I didn't realize that was a speaker. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. No, you could like put your iPod up to it. But we're gonna be skipping 2 out of the 3 bosses. So this first skip, is this supposed to be PAL exclusive? I think it is. Or
No, it's not. That's what we were told, and it just wasn't.
okay. Yeah. Because the original runner for this game is a guy called Half Big Profit, who was like a big Ecco like 1 speedrunner on Genesis. And he didn't do the skip, but we figured out like he definitely could have. So we're supposed to fight that boss back there. This is the first boss we're supposed to fight it, because then after we fight it, we cause an earthquake, which clears all this rock. But we found that if you go up to this little gap and reverse your way in, you can just skip it, so you don't have to do that first boss fight. Originally, we used to just go into that like sort of forward, and we'd have to like twist and turn to get our way in. But someone very handsome discovered, hey, like if you just like turn around and reverse, it's like free. So now we just reverse in.
Handsome.
Yeah, at least I think. This is Grimm's favorite part of the run. There is a bunch of tubes, and some of them have fast currents, and you gotta be careful which direction you go. You gotta like take a very certain pathing here, otherwise the current will send you all the way back, or even worse, chuck you out to your death. So now we're getting to, I think, one of my favorite parts of the round. Oh my god.
No. Yeah, we do that.
That's really bad. So at the end of that tube was like a circular sort of bubble, and that's the next checkpoint. So yeah, we get to see this part again. But I was gonna say that we're coming up to one of my favorite parts, which is the legendary air swim. Spoil it. Oops, sorry. Too excited. The air swim's epic. There is like, I think now 3 ways. Is it 3 or 4 ways? I think there's 4 ways if you include Freddy's weird one to get an air swim going. And that means that we can skip the second boss fight and just air swim all the way up to the top of this map or level to enter the third and final boss. So I'm interested, out of the, let's say there's only 3 ways. Out of the 3 ways, I'm interested to see what Shiva's method is. There's like pros and cons to each one. But luckily, it means that in a marathon setting, if you like mess up one of them, then you still got like 2 more shots.
I mean, I guess there is 4 ways because of 7th Armstrong, his random out of bounds or air swim.
Oh, that didn't happen. So like 7 Armstrong, in his infinite wisdom, found this way to do the air swim way earlier, back when we had that thing where we fell through the respawn zone, which has not been recreated yet, and it was a very bullshit GB, but yeah.
Saved about 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was dumb. It was insane.
Yeah, he did it 2 times in a row, just randomly, and then could never replicate it again.
Yeah.
So it's
I think that broke him, honestly.
Yeah, Brady sure had his work cut out for him, that's for sure.
oh, nice.
Oh my god.
Wacky.
It's okay. Echo's a bouncy boy. It's kind of nice because the old air swim methods was very like intense. To get to the location you needed to go to do the air swim, it was like a little bit scary.
It was a roller coaster.
It was.
And very hard to control. Going through these tubes and it's sending you, pushing you against it the entire time.
Yeah. What was dumb was we found out that you can brake in this game, but we found that if you charge, it's like the same thing as braking. Did they get it?
Bada bing, bada
Hey,
boom.
nice.
So right there, they sonar into that button, which gives a cutscene of something that we're supposed to do, but we just don't do it because we can skip it. But during that cutscene, or just before that cutscene, we can dash out of that bubble, or just dash, and Ecco will still be moving during that cutscene, and just doesn't load in the bubble that we're in, so we can just phase through it basically and just keep swimming through the air, which is the air swim, and just make our way to the end.
We put ourselves in the air. The last thing the game remembers is that we were in water, so it now treats the air as water.
Yeah. We're just watching the cutscene? Hell yeah. This boss fight sucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna say stinks.
So every time you hit one of these eggs, Ecco will get confused and all your buttons will be inverted. Sorry, that's a word. And so we have to hit all these eggs every time with the opposite controls, basically. So it's very hard to get a hold of, especially when you've just been doing the game not like that the entire time, and these guys are just raining bullets down on you from above. So you can never just catch a break. You can't think for a second. You have to always be moving. And even then, they can still just damage the heck out of you if you're even playing well. It just kind of happens. It's very hard to control. But once you break all these eggs, you can then attack the guys that are shooting down at you. But really, it's rather just one dolphin, but they have like I don't even know what they are, like clones. As long as you hit the real dolphin, it will get rid of the rest. But there's also this cave down below that also has that juice of confusion. I really don't know what it is.
Juice of confusion.
That you have to get the villainous dolphin to go through. I forget their name. And he will get confused, and that's where you can damage him. Nope.
Whiskey, sure.
Yeah, it could be.
See that? So now he's like, ah, confused. Now you can just hit him as much as you want until he's not. So
Yeah, if you ever want like a comprehensive storytelling of Ecco games, then go to Grimshin's, because he will tell you the entire story in about a minute for every single game, and actually sum it up amazingly. It's like, you just gotta do this, you gotta do this, and then you do this, and then dolphins, and it's like, what?
oh, how many hits does this guy take? I thought it was like 30.
I think
It's 4, I think,
five.
actually.
Well, yeah. The first one's the... Yeah, and then
Oh yeah,
one
true.
more.
Okay. One more to go.
Yeah, some really funky graphical glitches coming off of your console right now.
Yeah, I've been half expecting the game to crash for the last 2 minutes. Like every egg break.
Oh, Cam, hey, don't manifest it.
Oh,
Surely that's
Send him out.
Yeah. He's out of the park.
Jump.
Alright. The final chapter.
Wee-wee.
And now I get the alien invasion, because this game wasn't weird enough.
So the dolphins, they have every personality trait except for their humility. So when the aliens attack, the dolphins and the humans are too big for their own flippers, and they lose the fight. So this is like Earth if it's been like taken over by the aliens. This first level, kind of a gauntlet as well. Kind of, yeah. We're gonna be back playing some golf. Then we have to do some malarkey with some eyes, and then yeah, try and stay alive the whole time. But Shiva being very smart to pick up the power stealth.
Those weird those things are like in my nightmares.
There's plenty more where that came from in later levels.
No, I mean, like, I've seen this whole game, and that still is probably the creepiest thing to me. Just, like, weird, not safe for work bat thing in a cave. And you don't see it coming, and you just, like, no, I don't like that.
No.
Weird.
Not safe for work. I don't think they're safe anywhere. Oh my god. Just behind bars in a cage.
So you
I
have
mean,
to
like-
get all these rocks into this hole, but
Oh.
all the AI can just push the rock, push you out of the way, and just, oh, it's annoying. So having the stealth upgrade is very helpful here, but time loss.
there's these whirlpools as well that you're blocking off, and there's a very funny clip of Broby trying to push one of these in, and the shark comes over and pushes him into the whirlpool, and it kills like a crazy pace run.
I
You
think I
have to
was there
redo
for that.
everything if you die here. It's bad.
And the thing with these rocks as well is like if you mess them up, like if you don't hit them right with a good first whack, then I don't know. It feels like it kind of soft locks it. Like I feel like you just get stuck now.
Can't remember.
To me, at least. The
Yeah.
last one we have to do, the final one. Oh my god. Shiva going for a crazy strat, only going for 2 whirlpools, maybe. So me and Broby, we tried. So the whole point is that you're trying to get the water levels to rise by blocking off these whirlpools that are draining the water. And me and Broby were like, well, what if we could? Because after this, then you can fight the alien queen. But me and Broby were like, well, what if we can like fight her like even when she's like her head's above the water? And I think we managed to take out take out her 2 eyes, but she has an eye on the back of her head, and we could not hit it when it was above the water.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah, it's hard enough when her head's in the water, but when it's out, it was something for a task to work out.
Literally. But now we do have all the stuff raised up, the water. Sorry.
The juice.
The juice. So yeah, you have to use the what's the ability again? I'm so bad.
Vigor.
Power sonar to hit
Yeah.
through the eyes, and then you can hit Echo or shoot yourself into the eye, taking him out. But then, yeah, as we said earlier, there's a third eye, back of her head, and
This
it's
one. Oh,
a rough time.
sucks.
To hit. Very precise. It's always moving, so there's no way to like recognize where to go. You just kind of have to shoot yourself at it. And yeah, every time there's like a little alien guy always running at you. You just saw him for a second, and he's a menace. And also, just touching the alien queen hurts you as well, so it loses a lot of health if things go wrong. But ooh,
Nice.
just barely got it. Nice.
What sucks about this level for me is that like it has such a cool atmosphere where it's like above the water, it's like raining and there's thunder.
Oh
Because-
yeah.
But because we're a dolphin, we don't really get to like enjoy that as much.
Shiva, go up for a second.
Might get to see it for a split second.
She was like, "Bro, I'm on PB pace. Get out of here."
Hell yeah.
Oh, hatchery, the love of my life. Oh my god. So this level glitchless on Dreamcast sucks. It absolutely blows. I cannot use family friendly language for what I feel about this. So luckily we found a way to skip it entirely. Where we're gonna put ourselves here where these eggs poop out. And as one's pooping out, we put ourselves in here in such an angle that nothing happens, which is very nice. That if Shiva tries again, then what happens is that this like sort of bleeding bloody cloaca thing opens up and it like pushes down and pulls Echo up, and then it pulls us up, and that's where the end of the level is. So that level usually is like, I don't know, it could be 6 minutes, it could be 8 minutes. And if you do it right, that level's only 30 seconds.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was pretty lame.
And just think for a moment about the anatomy of where you are in this area.
Yeah.
And it's
We
why?
just went up her egg dispenser. And Roby, you want to talk about this one?
No. Sorry, Ruby.
So we need the power of sonar to open up these hatches of like layers of, I don't even know what they are. Great. And every time you open them up, more aliens come out that will try and attack you, and it's a bad time. But we're taking it back. Like we can be far away and shoot to make this a lot easier and have more opportunities to open up the hatches. Because if the aliens do touch you, we lose the power sonar. So we're trying our best to stay away from them, just like that. And you can do this in one cycle of grabbing the sonar, but it is very lucky.
Yeah, it's been insane for some reason. So we need this power up if we want to break through the layers. But if for some reason, if you sonar on the same frame that you get bitten by one of these like little pricks, then it will actually count as a powered up sonar. So if you're like a high level runner, then you can just like full send it for this guy and do it in one cycle. But yeah, there is a chance you could die. So it's kind of risky.
Look at my PB.
Do you not get it in your PV?
I don't. I die. Oopsie.
Oh my god! But then
Yeah,
you get it.
my run's bad.
But then you get the 1 cycle second try.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So we got more sucky guys that we can avoid, but it's very hard to do. It's kind of like you have to get pulled into them to get by them. But luckily we can kill them with the power sonar right after you.
this
nice
level is a stinker. It's gotta be said.
It's got some of the creepiest music too.
Yeah, creepiest sound effects as well. Oh my god! I think you're almost gonna get pulled in there for a sec. Flexing. So if you get sucked, oh no, you don't lose. Oh wow, you don't lose the power sonar. You just lose all your oxygen. Oh what?
These
That's kinda
shots
cool.
are kind of nasty. Hell yeah.
The run for this, very handsome guy who has the world records, is insane because they managed to like dodge. The suckers have this like pull where they want to grab you, but if you swim just right, you can like dodge all the pulls, get the power sonar, and then dodge them all again. And that means that you can save a lot of time with this speedrun. So it's kind of like, yeah, we talk about like one cycling this like sucker tunnel. I think Shiva, if I was you, I'd go up to the top of this level after this cave to get some food.
Might just be better to get hit and take a respawn as well.
Oh yeah, but only if they break the rock.
Ah, yes, yes. Oh, they just got health there. Kind of nice.
Speed
Yeah, fish.
boost. Very nice. So we want to take that power sonar to break this rock, so we have opponent power sonar nearby where we need it to use it. But there's like a more insane strat where you use the original power sonar and just like full send YOLO do what you have to do.
Oh.
Oh my lordy
Nice.
lord.
And yeah, we're low on air here, but as long as we turn ourselves into the fish. Oh no! Sniped.
Or die. That'll replenish your oxygen.
Yeah. All according to plan.
Big brain. Yeah, I don't think we need the power anymore.
Yeah, there are all these I don't know what they are. They're like sentry snail things.
They were like deformed dolphins.
Are they? Whoa, okay.
These spitters.
Yeah, spitters. That's kind of nice. They're all around this level, just kind of hidden around. And you want to like try to deactivate them with the power of sonar, but they're only deactivated for like a few seconds, so it's not really that helpful. So we just try our best to maneuver around them, have them not notice us. But that guy right there, we kind of have to deal with. He's always watching.
Oh.
And yeah, there's some other freaks that want to get at us, but just gotta dodge them. And now that we're a fish, we can make our way into the little crevice.
Oh yeah. The warm embrace.
It's just mother's love.
Oh, you listen.
Where?
Originally, they were gonna have this game working with the Dreamcast microphone. You'd have to knock 3 times. But there we go. Delicious.
See, man just answers. Like, what?
So, woo! The final stage. Oh my god, we're here already. How time
Yay!
flies.
What an
Shiva
adventure.
is absolutely killing it, and they're about to bring it home. This is it. This is the final boss. I don't know about you guys, but kind of a letdown in my opinion. It's a bit of a silly one. But we are inside the heart chamber, and the queen is sending out antibodies in the form of these little itty-bitty jellyfish to come and kill us. But lo and behold, we're going to use these antibodies to attack the queen herself. There is like a bunch of these like sort of holes where these little like jellyfish come out of, and we want to stay next to one of them because wherever you are closest to, that's where they're gonna like dispense them. So we're gonna want to stay not near the exact same one the whole entire level, just to have a continuous flow of them to hit into the heart and charge. It is, I think, 8 jellies to the heart and 7 charges. So if anyone's been keeping count, because I haven't, and on the 8th jelly, we will have time.
Doing really solid here too, yeah. Bam!
Real time.
Time.
Yay!
GG, Shiva.
Yay!
That was actually a really amazing run. That might have even PB'd. I might say.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, it seems decently fast.
I don't know if it's a PB because the VOD says it's 22 hours long.
Oh my.
Yay! Good job, Shiva! And Ecco leaves with the last trait.
The big dummy has a heart attack. We got the humility, and just like that, the timeline, she's restored.
With all of their gifts
And
restored,
the 4th Doctor,
Ecco
Tom
had
Baker,
made
will be
dolphins
explaining it to us.
complete again. Humility opened their eyes. Wisdom brought justice and peace. Intelligence built them the Guardian. Compassion erased all their hostilities. Ambition fulfilled all their dreams. And as the past was set right, Ecco's reality was restored. His quest became one of the legends. His name was sung throughout time. And thus, he became the immortal.
A big hello to Lady Galaga in chat, by the way. Also, epic Echo Runner.
Ecco the Dolphin, defender of the future.
Oh, beauty. So that was it. If you missed it,
Congratulations!
well, gonna have to wait for the VODs because it was pretty goddamn epic. I love this game. whenever I finish a run, I get to here, the credits. These credits are so epic. It's just like a what's it called? A reprise of the original main menu theme. Should we do shoutouts and stuff? Probably have to do Shiva's first, quite rightly. So this was done by Shiva. Shiva is the epic speedrunner, famous for some shinobi action, and hopefully to become even more famouser with some Twitch action. Twitch action with some Echo the Dolphin action.
Fantasy Star?
And Fantasy Star, yeah, kind of in the name. You can find them on their Twitch, which is on the screen right now. That's ShivaPSOBB. I've been the very sleep-deprived Cheeky Chunk. If you want to come and learn about this game, please come and find me somewhere. Couch, please do your outros. Let's go with in alphabetical order.
Oh, that would probably be me then. Yeah. Thank you for having me on the couch. Wait, what?
What?
I thought you guys were laughing at me because I went outside of ABC order. I was like, wait.
No.
No.
You were laughing because you were like,
good.
yep, that's all.
No, I don't have any shoutouts or anything, but thank you guys for inviting me to the couch. And yeah, I'm very tired, but I am glad that I came and quote unquote helped out. Anywho.
All right, Aludra trolling, so you can find Aludra at twitch.tv/Aludra. I'll put it in chat. Brovi?
Shouts to Aludra for her great emotes that she made for Cheeky Chunk. I use them all the time. Oh, they're so amazing. Currently I'm the world record holder for this game, but there's still a lot to work with. There's so many skips that could still be discovered and be used in the run. So I highly recommend looking into this game if anyone's curious, because this game is just kind of really broken in every way. So shouts to Seventh Armstrong, who has broken this game in many ways, more than what we would think. And shouts to Cronin also for finding even more for the US strats. It's pretty big. And yeah, that's about it for me.
Kami?
Hi. Yeah. So I go by Kamikaze on Twitch, twitch.tv/Kamikaze. Yeah. Thanks so much, Cheeky Chunk, for allowing me to contribute to commentary. I've never done it for this kind of game before, so yeah, I enjoyed it.
Aw, that's
well,
good.
Yeah, big shout out to the three of you again. And Shiva, thanks everyone for coming. Thanks for you guys being on the couch commentating with me. Definitely helped take the edge off. And yeah, coming up next, let me dust off my sheet. What do we have coming up next, guys? Does anyone know? Something good.
I have Nightbot blocked, so I can't see.
We have more Shiva. We have Shiva with Spawn in the Demon's Hand.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Well, we don't have to be on the couch for that, so bye.
Well, it's so mean.
Yeah, and thank you to SegaCrew, of course.
Oh yeah. Oh, whoops. Thanks, SegaCrew, for putting this on. The Dreamcast is the best.
Yeah. Dreamcast is the GOAT.